McLarens on the pace, because they had a torrid weekend in Nogaro, but they're really in the fight here this weekend. And oh, there's going to be contact between the two McLarens as Giorgio Pantano gets really, really racy and forces his way past. Made a mistake coming out of Graham Hill Bend, because Jimenez just seemed to breeze past him on the Cooper Straight. Oh, here we go. This will tell us.
Okay, the drop down into Graham Hill, out of Druids. On the brakes, enter into the corner, watch what the Audi does. He runs very wide, yeah, he runs. That's the reason why he had to get out of the throttle, because he ran so far wide. He was on the grass, the car was beginning to bounce around, and that's where the momentum came for Jimenez in the BMW.
Excitement for Caca Bueno as well, and it looks as though the battle for the lead is getting very close. Also, Nicky Mermanov losing positions, hand over fist on the way down to Paddock Hill Bend, but Bouk is just 0.3 of a second behind Harry Prochik now in the battle for the lead of the race. And, well, this is only to decide the grid for the main race later on, but they're taking it like this is to decide their lives as they come down into Graham Hill Bend.
That's what happens when you race on a great racetrack. Instead of some of these flat, wide open spaces where you can see the next continent from the racetrack you're on, this is a proper racetrack, and racing drivers love driving on proper racetracks. That's why they're racing as they are right now.
Through Surtees they come then. We have had a change for fourth place as well. Nicky Mermanov has lost out to Matej Stump. There you can see Mermanov now down into 5th position, with Cesar Ramos down in 6th place now. And there'll be a lot of questions asked in WRT after this, because Laurens Vanthoor leading the race, had it under control, but then a slow pit stop and now a slow car.
The pit stop was the key to it. Let's look again and see what's coming out of Druids.
Oh, so this is Giorgio Pantano.
Yeah, getting squeezed wide, but manages to maintain the position. And
so everyone's chopping around. Yeah. So Pantano's tried to get past Colombo, and then Daniel Lloyd in the second Bitec has had both of them.
Here's the lead. The gap was half a second. Well, it was 0.3 of a second the last time across the line. It's probably very much the same as they now finish their 35th lap.
Max Coates saying
6.5 minutes remain.
But to be fair, I wonder how much of a well, let's just see what happens here before I start speculating, because it's all going to kick off down into Paddock Hill Bend again. Giorgio Pantano trying to get past Daniel Lloyd for 9th place. Great to see the Bitec McLarens on the pace, because they had a torrid weekend in Nogaro, but they're really in the fight here this weekend. And oh, there's going to be contact between the two McLarens as Giorgio Pantano gets really, really racy and forces his way past Daniel Lloyd. That'll be very, very interesting later on indeed, as they come out onto the bottom straight now.
I'm delighted to see a motor race going on with those two McLarens, particularly with Giorgio Pantano, who is a well-known racer. His time in GP2, one of the toughest competitors they've ever seen.
2008, he won the GP2 championship. He beat Bruno Senna, Lucas de Grassi, Romain Grosjean, and Pastor Maldonado on his way to winning. So a real top-quality driver. He did Formula One with Jordan for a season in 2004, but that didn't go particularly well. 5.5 minutes to go, 5.5 minutes left. Are we going